Hi.
Welcome, everybody, to Knock Knock Hi with the Glauc and Fleckens. I am Dr. Glauc and Flecken.
I am Lady Glauc and Flecken.
Will and Kristin Flannery, and Milo in the background. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, he just got back from the groomers and he is licking himself. So
he sure is. He's a dog. That's what they do.
Well, welcome to an episode of Glauc Talk. We got a few things to discuss today. So first thing is, I just want to ask you: is our teenager okay?
What do you mean?
Like the aggressive amount of hours that she is sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
I know teenagers sleep a lot, but it's like it seems like a lot.
I don't know. Today she was up by 10 of her own accord. No alarm or anything.
So it also seems like I've talked to or seen posts or talked to other parents, and they also say like this is
it's a thing that happens.
This just sleeping. I don't know how this is. Anyway, I don't.
You did the same thing.
I don't
when
remember
you were a teenager.
that. Though.
You don't remember any of your growing up years. I don't know why. I don't know what happened to you. You come online at about your senior year of high school.
That's when my brain kick-started.
Yeah. All the memories I hear about are usually like then or later.
I remember I have little memories, small memories. It's just like, I don't know, it's just like constantly sleeping. It's like, get up, and you're like sleeping through your life.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I remember when I was in college, like it gets worse. Until like when I was in college, I would go home for Christmas or whatever and visit my family.
And you just sleep for days.
Yeah. I woke up at like 4 p.m.
I would say maybe it's because she's growing, but you didn't grow. So
no, I think, other shouldn't you be telling me this? Other bodily things are happening that might require some energy. Brain stuff, body stuff. No eyeball stuff.
I know exactly. I mean, you know exactly who you're talking to. Yeah. Exactly. All right. I just wanted to make sure that, she's supposed to be sleeping this long.
I mean, we get her checked on a regular basis from her pediatrician. I think teenagers are just
well, it gets to be like
living the dream.
It gets to be like noon or 1 o'clock, and I'm like, all right, that's enough. That's plenty.
You sound really old right now.
Look, I know. I've started. I've learned to embrace it now. It's what it is.
You're a crotchety old porch sitting man.
I am happy I am an old man now. I love sitting on my porch. I love saying things like, back when I did something, or when I was your age, or
you love skimming a pool.
I love
a pressure washer.
It's so relaxing to skim your pool. It's the first time we've had a pool now for a year, and like it's just I love it. I just back and forth skimming. Do you don't like skimming?
No.
It's relaxing.
I mean, I can see that.
Mowing the grass is relaxing. Skimming a pool, just like those tasks. Same thing with power washing. It's just like you can just do it, and you just think about other things in your head.
Yeah, and then there's like the satisfaction of seeing positive change.
But also, I don't know what I'm thinking in my head while I'm doing those things. Sometimes I don't have thoughts.
I know. I don't understand that.
What?
How you cannot have thoughts.
You don't just turn your...
No, my brain does not turn off.
Oh, I love doing that. No. I just don't think.
But that's impossible. Like, that makes no sense to me. That is nonsense.
What do you mean?
How can you just not think anything? Nothing. Just, what is it? Just silence in there? Just black, dark, cold, hard silence?
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I don't think that's possible.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I don't have, sometimes I don't have thoughts.
I cannot understand that.
Oh, well, anyway.
Like logically even, does not compute.
It must be exhausting to all the time have things in your brain.
Well, I'm alive. My brain is working.
So is mine.
At all times.
Most of the time.
It's just what happens.
I can just say to my brain.
Constantly processing information.
I'm like, I'm just gonna do this. It's like driving for a long, like a road trip.
Okay, but when you're driving, you're like thinking. Okay, when I'm driving, I'm thinking.
I mean, I'm like, aware of my surroundings, but I'm not like
But you're
having
thinking thoughts.
like deep.
They don't have to be deep. You're just like, you're thinking thoughts.
So if you were
right?
doing some like mundane task like folding clothes,
Uh-huh.
what would you be thinking about while doing that?
Well, I would have to be doing something else while doing it. I would probably be listening to a podcast.
Why? You can't. You don't feel like you can have just uninterrupted stimulation, like external.
What?
Does it bother you to just be like sitting in silence with just your thoughts?
Yeah, because that's not enough.
What do you mean?
I if I'm thinking about something really hard, like puzzling something out, then sure.
Okay.
But like I get bored if there's not enough stimulation happening.
So that sounds like a time when maybe you don't have thoughts.
No, I do. It's just the types of things that I would be thinking about just randomly while folding laundry are not terribly interesting. They're there.
Okay.
They're just not like super interesting.
Kind of
So
like this conversation.
probably.
Okay, I got you. Well,
If any of you have not already turned us off.
I've got we got some healthcare news. Should we do that? The presidential fitness test is back, baby. It's back. All right.
I hated that thing.
Maybe possibly unpopular opinion.
I'm still scarred.
I actually enjoyed the presidential fitness
you did.
test.
That does not surprise me.
It was great. I loved it. What I didn't like is the V-sit and reach.
Oh, that I could do.
Do you remember all the components of it?
Not all of them, I'm sure. There was stretching, there was running a mile, there was the pull-ups, which were the
pull-ups,
bane of my existence.
The mile run, the sit-ups. You had sit-ups, the V-sit and reach, and last one was shuttle run.
What was that?
It was where you had 2 erasers. We used erasers.
Oh, yeah.
And you had to go run like 10 yards or something.
Yeah.
And then pick up an eraser, bring it back, and then go get the other one. It's like just back and forth.
It's just like running drills in basketball or something.
Why? Like elementary school kids? Like I get the other stuff, but the shuttle run is like, oh, we need to make sure we test lateral mobility.
Yeah.
And acceleration in elementary school kids. Like, what's the point? Like, I get the mile run, like all the other things are like strength. This is like strength, speed, athletics that they're testing with the shuttle run. I just don't
know.
Totally
maybe something like dexterity, or I mean, it's not like it's fine motor, but
the V-sit and reach was.
Oh, I killed
rough.
at that.
I was
killed it.
That was the only one that I was not like, and they were like thresholds to where like you would get like some kind of prize.
Oh yeah, I won that one every time.
And I obviously, like being the competitive weirdo I am, like I had to be top.
And you're not very flexible, so that one would have.
It bothered. It was, and also I didn't have a lot of upper body strength, so I couldn't do a pull up.
Me neither. That's what has scarred me. You know what? I was actually very good at the rest of it.
Yeah.
It was just the pull ups, and I could not do those at all. And then that was so humiliating because then, the teacher would come and they would like grab your ankles to try to like give you help you out a little bit. It was so embarrassing. And I still to this day cannot I've never been able to do a pull up unassisted.
Let's get you a pull up.
No.
Let's do it.
I'm good.
If we train, we can put it on the internet. Can train Lady Glauc.
But again, like to what end? I don't need to be able to do a pull-up.
Personal accomplishment. The
That's
fact
not
that
an accomplishment.
You've worked toward a goal.
Saving your life, raising children, running a business. These things are accomplishments. Doing a pull-up.
Hold on. When was the last time
doesn't matter.
When was the last time you actually tried? Because I bet you could do it.
No, I can't. I can do assisted ones. You know the machine at the gym where there's like, I don't know what it's called, but it has weights attached to it that basically like counterbalances you by whatever the weight is that you set. That I can do that.
It's like doing a pull up in a low gravity state.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can do that. I cannot do it unassisted.
Okay. All right.
So I do know for a fact I can't. I have tried lately.
We can work on this.
No,
we
I
can
don't.
Get it. We
I
can
don't
get
care
it. We can
to.
get you one. Hey, can you do a pull up? I mean, sorry. Can you do a sit up?
Of course, I can do a sit up.
No. Can you do a mile run?
Probably not anymore, but I could at the time.
You could do it.
I could get work up to a mile, but I'm not supposed to run.
Our 10-year-old can run a mile.
I'm not supposed to run now.
Okay.
Because of my stupid joints.
Okay. Well, I was top in my school in the mile run, the shuttle run. That was my specialty.
Shuttle run?
I was so good at shuttle run.
Because of all those freakishly long legs.
I had really long legs.
Arms.
I'm quick for my size, and sit-ups, plus or minus. But those two, the mile run and the shuttle run, that was my jam. And the V-sit and reach was awful. Pull-ups were bad, but I don't remember anybody. Maybe someone did like one or two.
I know. No one could do
none of the kids, because these were all like, this is an elementary school.
Yeah. I think it was just the factor that you had to humiliate yourself in front of everyone else, too.
Nobody had hit puberty at that point.
No.
It's like we're like fourth graders.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, what are we doing this for? And so I want to hear from any follower, any of you who did the presidential fitness tests growing up. That
love it. Hate it.
Were able to do a pull-up. And if you successfly did a pull-up, were you like, what are the popularity at your school? What happened there? Did you rise the ranks? Were everybody fawning over you? How popular were you because of that pull-up? How much did you just ride that wave of fame?
And how could you do it?
Kid?
Did you train all year long for this presidential fitness test?
No one trains. You should train to get your pull-up.
Listen, you always have this idea in your mind that I am not athletic.
I've never said that. I never said you weren't athletic.
You don't have to say it explicitly.
Well, before we have an argument,
let's take a break. I was quite an athlete, actually. Thank you.
Let's take a quick break. Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
I know that you love when I talk about the cute little mites.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I thought we could take a break from that. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
Yeah, because I'd like to focus on the eyelid symptoms and disease that an overgrowth of Demodex causes.
Okay, I like that idea. No mite talk.
So Demodex blepharitis, it often gets misdiagnosed or just missed entirely because a lot of symptoms overlap with other eye conditions.
Okay, so what are the top symptoms that people should look out for?
Usually itching along the eyelid margins, swelling, irritation, redness.
That sounds like it could be allergies or lots of other things, too.
It could be a lot of things, but exactly. And the key is if your doctor spots crusties on the margin of the eyelid.
Technical term.
Well, we call them collarettes, but crusties is a good term. That tells you it's Demodex blepharitis right there.
Well, I really like that there's a clear sign to know for sure.
And once you're diagnosed, there's a prescription eye drop treatment available for this disease.
Oh, that is good to know.
To learn about the common symptoms of Demodex blepharitis and more, visit miteslovelids.com. Again, that's miteslovelids.com to learn more. This ad is brought to you by Tarsus Pharmaceuticals. Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
Our kid came into our room last night and stole my blanket.
I feel bad for you, but I have to say I'm not surprised.
Oh, because it's my bubble cuddle blanket from Cozy Earth?
That is everyone's favorite blanket in this house.
But it's my blanket. You should get your own.
That's arguable.
Okay, we are getting everyone their own.
That would be the simplest solution.
Because everybody wants a Cozy Earth blanket.
We need one in every room.
And maybe even a couple extras just in case a guest takes it from us when they come over. And plus Cozy Earth offers a risk-free purchase. You know this?
I know, it's great. There's nothing to lose.
100-night sleep trial and a 10-year warranty. So head to CozyEarth.com and use code KNOCK for 40% off. And if you get a post-purchase survey, make sure you let them know that you heard about Cozy Earth right here on this podcast, because your bed should be more than just a place to sleep. It should be your happy place. Cozy Earth makes that possible. So we have established that Lady Glauc is athletic. Very athletic.
Thank you. I just have a dumb body. That's all. That I have to be careful with now.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you were very coordinated.
I was a gymnast.
You were a gymnast.
For 10 years. I was a cheerleader. I played volleyball. I played basketball. I ran track. I was fast.
You have to be coordinated to do several of those things.
Yeah.
So where did your coordination go?
I was never very good at like hand-eye coordination. A lot of that other stuff is more like
Okay.
gross motor coordination.
Gotcha. So like catching a ball and stuff.
No, I was never good at that.
But you did play basketball.
Yeah, but that ball's pretty big. It's easier to catch.
All right, fair enough. Okay, some more healthcare news. This is actually a really cool thing. So the state of Massachusetts has introduced a bill that gives funding to high schools to teach CPR, to get high schoolers CPR certified.
Mandates and provides funding if it goes through. Like there's still obviously plenty of time for things to change, but if it were to go through, that would be a really good big step in the right direction.
It also establishes an EMS ambassador program with EMTs and paramedics visiting schools to mentor students and promote EMS careers. I love it. I think that's great. I hope we get more of that.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. Like it should, and other countries do this. They CPR is just a part of
the
your
curriculum.
And so why we don't do that already, like universally in all high schools?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure, it's got to come down to money and
Probably
at some point, right? But anyway, we should do more of it. I love that.
Yeah, I think it's good, and I think I don't know. Do you think maybe sometimes Americans are a little bit like overprotective of young people to where like are we just like trying not to like scar them or something?
In teaching them, I think we're just not thinking about it.
Yeah, just an oversight.
I think we're just like
but like so
it's never gonna happen
many
to me.
Cardiac arrests happen on a school field.
A lot of it does,
or a course.
Some of them do, yeah. When it's a young person, usually it's a sports related thing,
right?
Absolutely, yeah.
So you would think it'd be something that we think about more.
Honestly, like the CPR is absolutely great. Like we need everybody to learn CPR, but we also need AEDs.
Yes.
Like that's a big thing.
Yeah, and that's another thing that I know there's a lot of advocacy work happening around the country for that.
After my cardiac arrest, you bought
I did
17 or 18 AEDs that we have
one
in every corner of our house.
But it cost what you would think 17 or 18.
Well, how much is it? Tell me, well, what did it cost?
Oh gosh,
it's like $1,000 or something, right?
I think it was more like 1,600 at the time.
It's surprisingly expensive for something that delivers a shock. It's
prohibitively expensive for most households.
And so we need some innovation. We need some people, ways to make it cheaper.
I think things are happening.
Yeah.
Hopefully before too many years, we can bring that cost down.
But not only do I have a personal one, which also
Dr. Schockenflecken.
Also, Dr. Schockenflecken costs a lot of money too.
That's true.
But by the way, we're 5 years. 5 years. 5 more years. I got my battery's good for 5 years.
Yep.
And I got to get a new one. That's gonna be fun.
I know.
And so that's expensive, but then the other ones are a lot too.
What do you have to do when you get a new one? Do they replace just the whole setup in there, or is it just like the leads can stay in place? It's just they change the battery. Like what has to get replaced?
I do not know.
Yeah,
but I do know they're gonna have to check it.
I know that's the part that we're dreading.
Make sure it works. So I don't know.
That's never the fun part.
Knock on wood. I don't know why I'm knocking on wood, but just doesn't hurt. Always knock on some wood.
My maiden name was Wood, as you know. So oftentimes.
Thank you for not making me be Will Wood.
I thought about it, but that sounded ridiculous. But because my name was Wood, I had a handy place to knock all the time.
Oh,
it was nice.
That was a very classic Wood family joke right there. All right, let's find out what kind of doctor you'd be.
Ooh,
you want to do that?
Okay. How so?
So, I found a quiz.
Okay.
And you're always talking about like you always got like big talk. Like I could totally be a doctor.
Well, no, that's not. First of all, I see Sydney Sweeney pulled up here on this advertisement on this page. So you're channeling the Sydney Sweeney voice.
The American Eagle.
Yeah.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring.
But no, I do not say I could be a doctor. What
Should
I say
should I
is
conduct this
I
quiz?
was smart enough to be a doctor, but bodies are yucky,
You're
so I couldn't do it.
You're totally smart enough to be a doctor.
Yeah.
I think it's the lack of enunciation in the ads that throws people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's a path south, the path spring. Off and turning trace like
How many times
personality,
are we going to do this on this
hair
podcast?
color. I think this is the first time I've done this.
No, this is the second time.
No, I did it on our Patreon live.
Oh, well, that's associated with this podcast.
This is the first time I am gracing our audience with my wonderful, the vocal fry. I got all the elements.
See, these are the things you're missing on Patreon if you're not over there.
All right, here we go. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions.
Okay.
We're going to find out what kind of doctor.
This, I'm sure, is a very scientific quiz.
Absolutely. This is published in JAMA. All right.
I think that's called BuzzFeed.
Sure. What was your favorite high school subject? Chemistry, physics, calculus, English, gym, history, foreign language, or art? Of those, what was your favorite subject?
Well, my actual favorite's not on there. So of those...
Science?
Yeah, but not... I mean, chemistry was okay. Hated physics.
Biology?
Biology and anatomy were my favorites, which, would go well
if you had to choose
but...
all of those, what would you choose? If you had to choose one of them.
One of these? I guess I would have to choose English.
English?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I like to read and write.
Which Hogwarts house do you belong in?
Ravenclaw. I already know that one.
Why?
I've done the tests, okay?
Okay. You know you're...
I know.
What am I?
You're Gryffindor. We've been through this. We have one of every Hogwarts house in our family. I'm a Ravenclaw. You are a Gryffindor. We have a child who's a Slytherin and a child who's a Hufflepuff.
It makes perfect sense, too. All right, so you're Ravenclaw.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a sport to play. You have to play this sport.
Okay.
Tennis, hockey, basketball, chess.
I guess I'd go basketball.
Yeah. Chess you wouldn't do because that's like
boring.
A game and you don't play games.
Well, all of these are games.
Tennis, no. Hand-eye coordination. Same with hockey.
Yeah.
And so, basketball makes the most sense here. All right. Pick a hobby. I'm going to give you some choices.
Okay.
Guitar, painting, writing, singing, acting, dancing, weightlifting, or pottery.
I'll go writing.
Writing. So I knew you were going to choose. What is an ideal time to wake up in the morning for work?
Noon.
It's not an option. The options are 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. We'll just go 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Pick a bone in the body. The options are LOL, no, femur, ribs, skull, humerus, mandible. Favorite bone?
I'm going mandible.
Mandible?
Yeah.
Because you got a strong mandible.
I got strong masseters on my mandible.
Lastly, pick your favorite meal of the day. Breakfast, brunch, lunch, dinner, dessert, or snacks.
Brunch.
You are a radiologist.
That does make sense because that is one where you don't have to touch the bodies.
Yeah, you have always had a love for anatomy.
I do.
And have a gift for attention to detail. You probably have an excellent work-at-home setup with multiple monitors. Time to scroll through some images. Ooh, all right. So we're going to do it again, but you're going to answer for me.
Oh, okay.
All right. What's my favorite subject in high school?
Why are you not answering for you?
Should I? Well, I'm just curious of what you would get for me.
Okay, I think of these... Oof.
Chemistry, physics, calculus, English, gym, history, foreign language, or art.
You probably would have liked gym.
Favorite subject in high school?
Mm-hmm.
See, I liked calculus.
Yeah.
But it was mainly because I had a great teacher. So let's go calculus.
You're going to go calculus? Okay.
Calculus. So you tell me what you think, and then I'll do the right answer. Which Hogwarts house do I belong in?
Gryffindor.
All right, so I'm Gryffindor because I am virtuous and the best. Like, why? Here's the thing with the Hogwarts house. Why would you want to be anything else besides Gryffindor? They're like the heroes.
That's why you're Gryffindor. You want to be the others because it resonates more with you personally.
I don't understand. All right.
You're a
Pick
Gryffindor.
pick a sport to play.
Oh, tennis for you.
Yeah, I love tennis. Pick a hobby. Guitar,
Acting.
painting, writing, singing, acting, dancing, weightlifting, pottery.
Acting.
I do love a good acting session.
6 a.m. wake up.
An ideal time to wake up in the morning for work. Ideal time?
Okay, 7.
I think 7. 7. Pick a bone in the body. Ooh.
LOL, no.
No, we're gonna go skull.
Body medicine. Well, skull.
A
Okay,
skull. The
okay.
eyes
You're right.
live in there.
You're right. Okay.
Kristin.
It was an oversight. I apologize.
Pick your favorite meal of the day. I love me a good breakfast.
You love breakfast.
I love.
A
Oh my
breakfast
god.
burrito.
Oh yeah, breakfast burritos.
Tacos.
The tacos, the pancakes, French toast. All of it. Just give me all the breakfast. Like honestly.
Who doesn't love breakfast? At some point in the day. I get it if you don't want to eat first thing. But like breakfast food.
Like, well, compare this to other, like, so breakfast is clearly the best meal of the day.
It is.
Easily.
Superior.
Like
That's just a fact.
A taste, a flavor.
Yeah.
Just
those are the same thing.
Satisfying taste and flavor. I feel like they're different, but maybe not. Compared to lunch.
Yeah.
Lunch even sounds awful.
It does.
Lunch.
Kind of a word sounds like munch.
Well, dinner's okay. Dinner's good.
I usually skip dinner.
Dinner's fine. Desserts are great.
Sure.
So if I had to put
Snacks
these
are
in
good
order,
too.
favorite to least favorite, breakfast, brunch, dessert, dinner, snacks, and then way down there is lunch. Lunch sucks. All right.
Oh, you are kidding me. No way.
My quiz result is ophthalmology. Holy crap.
How?
That's amazing.
How did it do that?
Dang, BuzzFeed. Who knew?
Yeah, this one's
How about
actually
that?
pretty accurate.
You have always had a love for technology. Your friends and family growing up noticed that you have very steady hands.
You do have steady hands.
How do they know that?
But you do not have a love for technology.
Well, sure I do.
No, you
I use all kinds of technological things in my job.
Yes, but you don't have a love for technology. I have
That's true. I don't really
teach
care.
you all the technology.
I don't really. The other day, because I don't use Instagram, I had to ask you, like, how do I do an Instagram?
Yeah, and I was like, "What do you mean?"
Something needed to go up on
Just
Instagram,
like, post,
and I didn't.
like you
know how to do it.
post.
Just I can scroll on Insta. I know how to do that, but the posting it confuses
Yeah,
me.
we help you out with the mechanics
They're
of
so
your
complicated
Instagram
now.
page.
They're so complicated. See, I love sounding. I'm embracing my old man
Oh, boy.
persona. I'm so.
I feel like this might have to be a discussion we have offline.
I am so there. my beard is getting grayer by the day. Anyway, it goes on to say it only made sense that microsurgery would be the job for you. Absolutely. Plus, you get to restore vision to people every day. What is cooler than that? Thank you, BuzzFeed. What is cooler?
I cannot believe it gave you ophthalmology.
Of course. Like it's
out of those questions.
I know. I don't know what to say. It's so
I think
accurate.
the only one there that even sort of relates was the skull.
We cannot exclude the possibility that they base this off of my videos.
Do you think? What's the date on this?
2023. It's possible.
Possible.
Like the bone stuff. I don't know. Like, I don't want to give myself too much credit, but I might have.
Some of these don't have, like this sport one. I don't think that has anything to do with you.
That's true.
I don't know.
That's true.
I think it's a stretch.
All right, let's take a break. All right, well, we'll wrap up this episode with a message from a listener. But before we get to that, what do you think about the response to our animated show?
It's been so fun
Glauc and Book in general.
see everybody like finally get to see it. We've been working on it for so long.
Yeah, people like it, and so the goal, because as we've mentioned like multiple times already, it's crazy expensive to do animation, especially when you're not using AI. right? We're like
We have
really
actual humans.
using real people, and their creativity is endless, and it's amazing. But they deserve to get paid well for the work they do because animation is hard.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. It turns out.
So we're going to be pitching, putting together a little pitch package. I don't know what you call them, pitch deck, something. And
clearly we have help with this.
Yeah, right, exactly. And taking it around and seeing if we can get anybody to like bite on it to help us make more, maybe even a little bit longer episodes.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, these were kind of a test run to see like, hey, how do people like it? Does it work? Is it something we want to continue?
Yeah. So I hope you liked it. Go check it out if you haven't seen them already. They're short. They're like about 3 minutes each. And we have 3 parts to the it's all one storyline.
Yes.
And there's so many characters I want to get into.
I know. And I want to do more voice acting. That was really fun.
You got a lot of compliments on your voice acting,
I know.
by the way.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So people are very impressed. You do have a bit of a cartoonish voice.
I do. And I'm also just naturally very enthusiastic, let's say.
and we did get a couple emails from people that are like, "Hey, I'm a professional voice actor if you need help."
Oh, did we?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
And so which is probably a smart thing, because if this gets bigger and we try to do like a whole season of episodes,
yeah, you'll need different characters.
We need different voices. It can't all just be me. That's like not it works for my content because it's like low budget.
Oh, you think you would have different voices for different characters?
I don't know. I mean, shouldn't we?
I don't know. I think that's part of the charm of Glauc and Flecken is that they are all the same guy.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think that's part of what makes it your stuff.
Well, maybe we could probably have like a couple other, like maybe.
I mean, if we're gonna have patients, they obviously cannot all be me, right? Like those would have to be different people.
That's true. So I think anyway, it's really nice that people reach out. Those of you who've reached out to offer to help, or those of you who know billionaires who enjoy medical comedy, please send them my way.
And if you want to see more, keep watching them, liking them, commenting, share them with people that you know who haven't seen them yet.
For sure.
Those are all good metrics for us to use to get more funding to do more.
To say to Netflix, hey, please, no one's ever done a medical animated show before. And
is that true?
I am not aware. I'm not aware of it. I've looked around. Something that's like strictly medical, like set in a hospital. I am not familiar with an animated show in that way.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I'm wrong, please let me know. I'd love to check it out. But I think it's like my kind of like a first of its kind type of thing. So
yeah, could be.
Yeah.
I want to see it. Like I want us to do more because I think there's a lot we could do with animation that we cannot do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
When it's you live action.
Because I'm not good at technology.
Well, that, but also like, for example, you can't, I don't know, fly. Like there's just like things you can do in an animated world that you can't do in the real world.
Exactly.
That I think certain of your characters, we could have a lot of fun with those kinds of things.
Like Jonathan.
He
could certainly fly.
Texaco Mike. Like, who knows what that guy's up to?
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to this comment from listener Andromeda. In your latest episode, you asked for people's opinions on whether people should talk during surgery. In aviation, there's a thing called the sterile cockpit rule, which means that no irrelevant conversation or activity is allowed during certain critical phases of flight. Pilots can and do chit-chat just like anyone else at work, but during the riskiest parts of the flight, typically below 10,000 feet, they are only allowed to do things directly related to safe operation. Like so many rules in aviation, this one was put in place after pilot distraction led to accidents. So this is coming from, I discussed, I think in a Knock Knock Eye episode, there was a death that occurred during a cataract surgery.
What?
Yeah, because...
like a surgery-related death, not just a natural death?
Well, it was like related to like the anesthetic and the sedation that's given.
I thought you didn't even give
we give some, it's not much. And so that's, the question is, how did this happen?
Yeah.
But like monitors were turned off. There's it's a whole thing. But ultimately, the article I read focused on a distracting conversation that the anesthetist and the surgeon were having. They were playing some kind of like guess the music song game. during the surgery.
Okay.
And the patient's certain monitors were not turned on, so they didn't notice that the patient was not oxygenating well, and the patient ended up dying. Extraordinarily rare. I've never even heard
Also,
during a
like,
cataract surgery. Which
you have a checklist too, not just the talking. It seems like the
Right.
checklist wasn't.
So there were multiple failures, right? But one of the things you can certainly regulate yourself is just how much distracting conversation might be happening. So this is there's lots of similarities that you'll find like between like surgeons in an operating room and pilots in a cockpit, right? And I think that's a great one. And there have been times too when like I'm talking during a case, but when it gets to the point where like there's a couple points during a cataract surgery where like you need to be very careful and very focused, that whether the patient's talking or maybe the staff is talking, I'll be like, can we be quiet for a second?
Yeah. What about music? Because you have music in an operating room, right? Usually,
I think music is not distracting to me. It's really it comes down to like the anesthetist and the surgeon. Like, what is distracting to them? I don't find music distracting. I don't even listen to it. I'm just focused on the patient.
Yeah.
Sometimes conversation can get distracting, and if I feel like that's the case, then I will say something. I always do. Or even if the music is turned up too loud, often I'll like say, "Okay, can we turn down the music?" And so I definitely do that, and I think all surgeons should do that, because if there's anything that's distracting you from doing a safe surgery, like it needs to be dealt with. So anyway, it's a horrifying story, and I'm not sure what's going to come from it. There's like lawsuits involved. This is a few years ago, I think.
Where did this happen?
I don't remember exactly where. Either Texas or Florida or something. So anyway, this like wild.
Yeah,
Ophthalmology of all things.
Right. And cataract surgery, like super common, super quick.
Yeah, so we can learn a lot from pilots. In particular, like how they there are rules around rest.
Yep. Yeah.
That surgeons.
That one definitely.
Once we're out in practice, it's like, no rule. There are no rules.
No
You're just
rules.
like you could work on no sleep for 2 days, and you kind of have to police it yourself once you're out of training. So.
I have always hated that you can do that.
Yeah.
Like that makes me feel unsafe as a patient.
Well, I would say it's less likely that that's going to happen once you're an attending, because no one wants to like live that way.
Okay, but then like, are you giving me a resident who's been up for 2 days?
Well, that's why I said out of residency, because during residency, theoretically, there are work hour restrictions.
Right.
For that very reason. So there are safeguards that have been put in place, but then like, are they being followed? Are they, there's all that, you're at that point, you're fighting these guidelines that are fighting against culture.
Yeah.
So what's the culture of the place? Is it rule following culture, or is it like work your ass off until you're dead kind of culture?
And that's like, I don't want to be a patient in a place like that where that is the culture.
Right.
Like, and it's seen as like honorable or something in a lot of places, but like,
I think
I would actively avoid those places.
I think generally it's becoming less like that over
good.
time. But you're still going to find it in some places.
Yeah.
So anyway, let us know if you have any thoughts about the episode. If you want to chat about, I'm trying to like come up with things we just talked about.
We talked about what kind of doctors we would be.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What kind of doctor would you be? And how does that relate to your Hogwarts house? You can email us, knock@human-content.com.
That is a good question. I wonder if there's a particular Hogwarts house that is associated with doctors in general.
Oh, absolutely.
And then with different kinds of doctors.
Absolutely.
I'd like to know that.
Gryffindors are the ophthalmologists, clearly. Hufflepuffs are pediatricians. Ravenclaws are internists.
Internal medicine.
Absolutely, internists. Slytherin, surgeons. Like general surgeons. Neurosurgery. Cardiothoracic surgery for sure. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Email us, knock@human-content.com. Hang out with us in the Human Content Podcast family on Instagram and TikTok @Human Content Pod. Some great pods they got going on.
They do.
Shout out to all the great listeners leaving feedback and reviews over on our YouTube channel at Glauc and Fleckens. We got a comment at RWNF L9V, rolls right off the tongue, on YouTube said, you have 240 plus episodes.
We do.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's a lot of
No.
That's a lot of
We've
talking.
been talking a lot.
Yeah, it's just saying so many words. Not sure why the algorithm took so long to show me these. Until now, I've only seen your shorts on YouTube. Very happy to have longer content.
Well, that's good to hear. I like it.
Maybe we should be posting some more like podcast episode, like clips on my other YouTube channel so that people know.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Oh, that's a
Marketer.
brand new idea that you have just thought of in this moment.
All right. Full video episodes are up every week on our YouTube channel at Glauc and Fleckens. Also have a Patreon. Go check that out. Lots of fun perks. Early ad-free episode access, interactive Q&A live stream events, patreon.com/Glauc and Flecken. Patreon community perks. Let's shout out the Jonathans, shall we?
Let's do.
Patrick Lucia C, Edward K, Mr. Granddaddy, Caitlin C, Brianna L, Mary H, Keith G, Parker Muhammad L, Kaylee A, David H, Gary M, Eric B, Marlene S, Scott M, Kelsey M, Brian S, Sean M, Jessica M, Hawkeye MD, Bubbly Salt, and the one and only Shawnee D. Patreon roulette time. Random shout out to some of the emergency medicine tier. Shout out to Laura K. Thank you for being a patron. And thank you all for listening. We're your hosts, Will and Kristin Flannery, also known as the Glauc and Fleckens. Our executive producers are Will Flannery, Kristin Flannery, Aaron Cordy, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brook. Editor and engineers Jason Portizo. Our music is by Omer Ben-Zvi. To learn about Knock Knock High's program disclaimer, ethics, policy, submission, verification, and licensing terms, and HIPAA release terms, go to glaucandflecken.com or reach out to us, knockknockhigh at human-content.com with questions, concerns, or fun medical puns. Knock Knock High is a human content production.
Knock, knock, goodbye.
Thanks for watching the episode. You can find more on that playlist over there. If you prefer to listen, or you just had your eyes dilated, you can binge full episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Or join the party over on Patreon, where you get early access episodes, hang out with us, get lots of exclusive bonus content. Hope you subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.